The Resilient Leader. Welcome to The Resilient Leader, bouncing back and leading through change. In today's volatile world, resilience is no longer optional, it's essential. This course provides a comprehensive framework for developing leadership resilience, especially during times of uncertainty. Whether you're managing a team, leading a project, or navigating your own growth, resilience equips you to recover from setbacks, adapt quickly, and keep others motivated through disruption. We'll explore why resilience matters more than ever, dive deep into 5 core pillars of resilient leadership, and learn how to lead through organizational change. You'll also discover how to build systems and cultures that promote resilience across your teams and workplace. Finally, we'll offer tools for self-reflection and action planning. As a new engineer or scientist entering the workforce, mastering resilience will make you not only adaptable, but indispensable. Let's begin by understanding what resilient leadership really means. What is resilient leadership? Resilient leadership is the ability to stay calm under pressure, adapt to uncertainty, and recover rapidly from setbacks, while keeping others inspired. It's about modeling the behavior you want to see in your team. There are 3 key elements. First, mental toughness. This is your capacity to persevere through challenges without giving up or becoming paralyzed by fear. Second, emotional regulation. The ability to manage your emotions so they don't take control of your decisions or interactions. Third, strategic agility. The skill of shifting course when needed while still moving toward your vision. Importantly, resilient leadership isn't just about surviving individually. It's about enabling sustained, long-term team performance. When you, as a leader, show clarity, calm, and purpose, you create a ripple effect that elevates everyone around you. Whether you're new to leadership or building influence from the ground up, these traits are vital in today's fast-changing environments. Why resilience matters now, more than ever. Today's environment is marked by constant, not cyclical, change. Technological disruption, talent shortages, regulatory shifts, and sustainability pressures are just a few of the ongoing forces leaders must navigate. In such conditions, resilience becomes a competitive advantage. Teams naturally mirror their leaders. When you remain steady during a storm, your team draws strength from your presence. But if you falter, the team may spiral. Your emotional stability sets the emotional climate for your organization, and resilient leadership drives performance. Organizations led by resilient individuals tend to respond proactively to crises, instead of reacting out of fear. They also retain top talent by creating safe, motivating work cultures. They innovate more effectively under pressure and maintain trust with key stakeholders, customers, partners, and investors. In a world where change is the only constant, resilience is the skill that amplifies all others. It enables sustainable excellence, not just momentary success. The 5 pillars of resilient leadership. Resilient leadership rests on 5 interrelated pillars. The first is emotional self-regulation, the ability to manage your emotions under stress so you can respond instead of react. Second is adaptability and strategic flexibility. In uncertain environments, rigid plans break, so leaders must stay agile while holding fast to their purpose. The third pillar is purpose and meaning. Anchoring your actions to a clear why keeps you motivated even in chaos. Fourth, transparent and compassionate communication. Resilient leaders communicate with honesty and humanity. They don't hide the truth, but they don't spread fear either. Finally, recovery and renewal habits. Resilience isn't just about pushing through. It's about recharging strategically so you can keep showing up strong. These 5 pillars together create a foundation that allows leaders not just to endure pressure, but to grow stronger through it and help their teams do the same. Mastering them will shape your effectiveness and long-term impact. Pillar 1. Emotional self-regulation. Emotional self-regulation is foundational for resilience. It allows you to manage your internal state, especially under stress. When emotions run high, decisions and relationships can suffer. Techniques like mindfulness and breathing exercises help calm the nervous system. Another tool is emotional labeling. Simply naming what you're feeling, like saying, "I'm feeling anxious," helps reduce its intensity. Avoid catastrophizing. Don't spiral into worst-case what-if thinking. Instead, shift to action-oriented what's next thinking. One key tactic is pausing before reacting. That moment of pause gives space to respond thoughtfully, and always aim for clarity, not control. Trying to dominate every situation usually backfires. Clarity allows you to focus on what truly matters and navigate tension with confidence. As a new leader or contributor, mastering emotional regulation not only enhances your influence, it builds trust. People follow those who remain composed in chaos. Self-regulation is the first muscle to strengthen in your resilience journey. Pillar 2. Adaptability and strategic flexibility. Adaptability means shifting strategies without losing sight of your mission. In fast-paced, high-stakes environments, rigid plans can break under pressure. Resilient leaders reframe change as opportunity, not threat. They embrace experimentation and respond to feedback in real time. Scenario planning helps you anticipate pivots before they're needed by asking, "What if?" Across different futures, you're more prepared when disruption hits. Leading iterative learning cycles, test, measure, adapt, then scale, builds your team's capacity to move fast with purpose. One weekly practice that fosters adaptability is asking your team, "What should we stop, start, or adjust based on what we've learned?" This opens space for reflection and course correction. Strategic flexibility isn't about indecision, it's about focused agility. For early career engineers and scientists, it means being ready to challenge assumptions, learn fast, and adapt without losing momentum. Those who pivot well under pressure rise quickly into leadership roles. Pillar 3. Purpose and meaning. Purpose fuels resilience. When you're grounded in something larger than yourself, setbacks become bearable and effort becomes meaningful. Start by reaffirming your why. What impact do you want to make? Then connect that sense of purpose to your team's goals and tasks. Purpose shouldn't live in mission statements alone. It must be reflected in day-to-day decisions. Reinforce how daily actions contribute to broader outcomes. This builds motivation and alignment. Share stories of mission-aligned success, even small ones. These stories give your team tangible reminders that their work matters. Celebrating small wins isn't about lowering the bar. It's about building forward energy. People who feel part of a meaningful journey are more likely to persevere during hard times. As a young professional, regularly revisiting your purpose can help you stay engaged and focused, even when things are difficult. Purpose is not a luxury, it's your inner engine when pressure mounts. Pillar 4. Transparent and compassionate communication. Resilient leaders lead with honesty and heart. They don't pretend to have all the answers. Instead, they foster trust through transparency and compassion. Be clear about what you know and what you don't. Hiding gaps erodes credibility. Acknowledge fear, yours and your team's, but also model optimism. It's okay to say, "This is hard," and still point to hope and action. Go beyond data. Provide direction. Data informs, but leadership inspires. A powerful tactic is using reality plus reassurance messaging. Start by stating what's true, then explain what's being done about it, and finally outline the next steps forward. This structure gives people clarity, comfort, and confidence. For early career professionals, mastering this communication style sets you apart quickly. Whether in a meeting, update, or crisis moment, communicating with both head and heart builds influence, cohesion, and momentum. Leaders who speak with humanity get heard and followed. Pillar 5. Recovery and renewal habits. True resilience isn't about nonstop endurance. It's about smart energy management. Leaders must recharge themselves to sustain their teams. Prioritize sleep, movement, and rest. These are not luxuries. They are performance strategies. Build moments of reflection into your routine. Even 5 minutes of quiet thought can restore clarity and focus. Set boundaries. Know when to say no and model sustainable work habits for your team. Burnout is contagious, but so is balance. A powerful tactic is asking yourself, what recharges me? Then treat that answer like a meeting. Schedule it and protect it. Recovery habits are a sign of strength, not weakness. In high-pressure fields like engineering and science, stamina is often mistaken for success. But resilience is about staying effective over the long term, not just surviving today. Invest in your energy so you can keep showing up as your best self, especially when others need your strength the most. Leading through change. Key strategies. Change often follows the S-curve, a slow start, followed by sharp disruption, and eventually, a new stable norm. Understanding this pattern helps you normalize discomfort. It's part of growth. Celebrate progress, even when messy. Next, empower others. Share decision-making. This builds both capability and trust. Set clear guardrails, but allow room for experimentation. People thrive when they're trusted to try and learn. Focus on what's within your control, your people, your processes, and your shared priorities. This anchors energy and reduces overwhelm during turbulent times. Lastly, reflect and learn. Conduct resilience retrospectives by asking, what helped us? What got in our way? What should we improve next time? Leading change well requires clarity, courage, and humility. It also requires structure and trust. As you grow in your career, your ability to lead through change will determine your influence more than your title. Master these strategies to accelerate your impact. Building organizational resilience. Organizational resilience doesn't happen by accident. It must be built intentionally. Leaders play a central role in this process. First, embed flexibility into systems. That means designing workflows, supply chains, and roles that can adapt when conditions shift. Next, prioritize psychological safety. People need to feel safe to speak up, share concerns, and fail without fear of punishment. Innovation depends on this trust. Third, reinforce a culture of continuous learning and feedback. When teams learn fast, they adapt fast. And when learning is part of the culture, resilience becomes a norm. As a leader, your behavior sets the tone. Resilient leadership is contagious. The way you respond to pressure influences how others respond. Through your actions, communication, and consistency, you reinforce the values and norms that help organizations endure and evolve. In time, your influence will help shape not just teams, but the systems they work within. The resilient leader, a force multiplier. Resilience isn't about never failing. It's about recovering stronger and moving forward with purpose. Your leadership will be tested. That's inevitable. But in crisis, people don't need perfection. They need someone real, grounded, and clear. Calm during chaos, focused in uncertainty, driven not just by ambition, but by growth, for yourself and others. Resilient leaders multiply impact. Their steadiness creates space for others to succeed. Their clarity turns confusion into momentum. Their persistence lifts performance across the organization. If you're just starting your journey in science or engineering, remember, technical skill opens doors, but resilient leadership unlocks influence. When challenges hit, and they will, how you respond defines your trajectory. Lean into discomfort, learn from failure, and above all, lead with conviction, clarity, and care. Resilience is your greatest tool for building trust, navigating change, and creating lasting results. Reflection. Questions. To develop your leadership resilience, take time to reflect on 3 key questions. First, how do you typically respond to unexpected setbacks or disruptions? Do you freeze, react emotionally, or shift into problem-solving mode? Becoming aware of your default response is the first step to improving it. Second, what daily practices help you stay mentally and emotionally grounded? Think about routines, habits, or activities that restore your energy and clarity. These might include exercise, journaling, meditation, or simply taking short breaks. Third, how can you model healthy resilience to your team, especially during change or adversity? Your actions, words, and tone set the tone for others. Are you calm? Are you transparent? Are you encouraging learning from mistakes? Reflecting on these questions helps you become more intentional in your leadership. Resilience doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. Make time to reflect, refine, and recommit to your growth. Thank you and next steps. Thank you for investing in your development as a resilient leader. Now it's time to apply what you've learned. Start by reviewing your own resilience habits. Where are you strong and where can you grow? Then, discuss these strategies with your team or peers. Talk about how you can support each other in building resilience into your work environment. Make learning continuous. Set reminders to revisit the 5 pillars regularly. Keep reflecting on how you handle stress, adapt to change, and lead others through uncertainty. Resilience is not a one-time fix. It's a leadership lifestyle. As a new graduate entering a complex industry, your ability to lead with steadiness, clarity, and energy will set you apart. Keep growing, keep adapting, and keep leading forward. You are the kind of leader tomorrow needs: resilient, real, and ready.